Betrayal, large or small, perceived or real.
Take your power back by speaking your truth instead of suffering in silence.
Indeed.
The Naked Truth, episode 113.
Hi, my name is Wolf, and this is Tara, and we're from Soul Intentions. And we work with men and women who want happier relationships filled with more love, trust, and fun on a daily basis. Today on The Naked Truth, we're going to be talking about betrayal.
Betrayal, such a painful topic. We've all been there. We don't like to talk about it or deal with it, but something we really need to talk about because navigating it is often a challenge for most of us.
Absolutely. It's part of those hard conversation moments.
Totally hard conversation. So let's start out with a definition of what a betrayal is, just so we're all on the same page. So a betrayal is a violation of one of three things: your trust, your confidence, or a presumptive contract. You're probably all saying, what the heck is a presumptive contract? I am not on the same page, Tara. So let's just give three examples and we can all sync up.
Okay.
So one, trust. Easy one. When somebody lies to you, somebody cheats on you, you can probably think of a million other things that betray your trust. Confidence.
That is more when you've told your deepest, darkest secret to your friend and it ends up on Facebook the next day.
Clear violation
Not
of
cool.
confidence. And the third one, the presumptive contract. So presumptive means presumed. So you're presuming that somebody has entered a contract with you that they probably know nothing about or are not quite on the same page with it as you are.
So kind of like, if I cook, you need to do the dishes?
Right. So people think that it's common courtesy if somebody cooks for you, you do the dishes, and then they don't, and you feel like you've been, done wrong because the person didn't do their part. Another common one we see is, I do the laundry and my partner's supposed to take out the trash, and my laundry's all done. Why isn't his trash taken out?
That's because football needs to be watched.
Football needs to be watched. Maybe your time schedules are different. Maybe he was going to do it, but then you made a snotty comment about it or started nagging him, and so he's like, I'm not taking the trash out at all. So the good news is the presumptive contract one is the easiest betrayal to avoid. Clear communication with your partner, making firm agreements on things. If something is bugging you, that is a trigger for you to have that conversation and sync up how you're going to approach it going forward so it no longer annoys you. Do not suffer in silence, as we said at the top of the program. Not a good idea.
No.
So then let's get to what you should do when you find out or you become betrayed. Do not react right away.
No.
If you can. It's hard. We know it's hard.
Very hard.
But easy way to remember this, when our parents taught us when we were little, when we approached a busy intersection, what did they tell you to do?
Stop, look, and listen.
Perfect example. We can all remember this. We've remembered it for however many years we've been alive. Our parents have told us this. So stop. Don't react. Don't hit the person. Don't yell at the person. Don't rifle through their desk and go through their text messages. Don't bust into tears because your life is over. You may want to do these things. Your impulse might tell you to do these things, but just stop. We've talked a million times about breathing and just taking a pause.
Yeah,
in other
you
videos.
don't want to do anything in which you're going to have to backpedal from.
Right. We've seen a lot of people, this is why we said perceived or real at the top of the program also. A lot of people make presumptions and it's not truly a betrayal. They just thought it was. So they have all these reactions happen, which layers on a whole other set of problems on top of everything. And it's hard to come back from.
And the next one is look. It don't look like through the eyes of a horse when they have the blinders either, because there is so much more going on, I'm sure, when a perceived betrayal is happening. It could be a huge misunderstanding in some level. So it's like, keep everything in sight, if you will.
Exactly. And the last one is listen. So listen to whoever the person is that you feel betrayed from. Listen to what's going on for them. Listen for more information before you decide where you sit. Never jump automatically into the victim position. We don't want to be there. So as soon as you say, oh, this happened and now I'm a victim and that person is the perpetrator, you've put yourself, us against them. And for you to get anywhere, it's going to be a really hard road back.
I think the best way to remember that, I'm sure everyone's seen this video of the little kid that says, "Listen, Linda, listen. Listen to yourself. Listen to the
If you
person."
haven't seen it, look it up on
Yes.
YouTube.
It's the best way to remember it.
Yeah, it's in our head all the time. So stop, look, and listen before you decide how you're going to proceed. The next thing is check your expectations. A lot of us expect certain things out of people, and they might not know we're expecting that. We might have a certain image in our head of what a friendship looks like or what our partner should be like. And maybe we haven't communicated those things to those people, and you're the type of person that needs a text every 5 minutes to feel reassured that you're confident in your relationship. And that person has told you they love you and told you they're present and told you that, you know, you're in a solid relationship with them. So they don't understand that you're expecting constant reassurance or that you need that.
Right.
It's just one example.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, another example I can put into play here is a conversation I had with a friend of mine. We had a misunderstanding and we didn't speak for a while. And then when we were able to come together a year later, the conversation was honest, was real, and we really got to talk about the expectations of the friendship.
Right.
And it completely has changed everything. So really getting to know the expectations of your partner and your partner getting to know your expectations, I think it levels the playing field, I think.
Completely. And also check on betrayals of yourself. Because a lot of time we feel like, we see that people feel betrayed because they've actually stepped over their own line. Like if you have a line of, I'm trying to think of a good example, say your partner's cheated on you before, and that's a deal breaker for you, and you have a real hard time coming back from that, as a lot of us do.
Yeah.
Perfectly valid. But you've decided to continue the relationship. And then you're just waiting and waiting, and they screw up again. And then you decide to continue with the relationship, and you're waiting and waiting, and then it happens again. At that point, you're the one betraying yourself. Your partner's betraying you as well, because that's not part of your contract, obviously, to have somebody cheat on you. But you have allowed that line to be moved and moved and moved and moved. So you need to get really strong with yourself on where your boundaries are, what those deal breakers really truly are.
Yeah, definitely. Because when it comes to cheating, and specifically, you know, if you go back, you've just moved that line, like you said.
Exactly.
Which means that if you went back, there are certain things that you have to have a conversation with this person so that you don't walk into that, you know, constant not knowing or the you know, you have to check his phone, or you have to know where he is all the time, or anything like that.
And that's you violating his trust too.
Yeah. So I mean, you don't want to get to that place. So if it's completely violated your line, don't go into it.
No, don't become a perpetrator, because then again, you're adding a whole other layer of stuff that you have to heal and deal with when they've hurt you, so you're going to hurt them back.
Right.
Because then now you have to deal with yourself on top of how you feel about what they did. If they did something. We found 50% of the time that it's not a true betrayal, it was a perceived one.
Yeah.
Like, for example, one of our clients, the man was going out to try to buy a ring for the woman that he truly loved. He wanted to spend the rest of her life with life together. And he approached a buddy of his who had a wife who was a jeweler. So he started communicating with this woman and sent money for a deposit for the ring. Another coworker got half a story and just knew that he was talking to XYZ's wife, made up this whole story, told her, got her all upset in a tizzy. She checked the bank account. There was money to this woman. She flipped out on him. Long story short, they're not together anymore. And he was trying to do something really sweet, really special for her. And because there was some breakdown in trust, because he trusted her, obviously she didn't have a complete trust for him, or she was waiting for something to flip with. So just really check yourself, check what your values are, where your lines are, and make sure you have solid information before you decide to talk about something. And that's what brings us to the speaking your truth.
Yeah.
We're not speaking from emotion, we're not speaking from the place of hurt. We're speaking from a place of, this is how I feel, and this is what we can do to help rectify that, and then giving the other party a chance to talk about their side of things and actually really listening to that.
And I want to emphasize on the speaking your truth part because it really is about you. When you're speaking your truth, it has nothing to do with the other person, and it has everything to do with how you're feeling and how you want things to change in your situation. Pointing fingers, making other people the bad guy, doing anything like that is truly doesn't feel like it's your honest to goodness talk. You know, it has to be you. It's your thing.
That's your hurt talking.
Yeah.
You don't want to speak from hurt. You want to speak from your power and from your truth. You want to acknowledge your feelings. You want to get out your feelings, but you want to do it in a clean way instead of an emotional outburst type of way. Because again, that's not going to get you where you want. In the end, you want to be in a place where you're healed and you're happy. That's your end game. So truly focusing on the hurt, not going to help you win. Focusing on making clear choices from wherever your deal breaker line is, and then moving forward on healing, focusing on healing. That's your trick to dealing with a betrayal.
Yeah.
So if you want to talk about this more, or if you want any more details on anything that we've talked about here, we can do another Naked Truth on it. Just hit us up. We have a group called Know For Yourself on Facebook.
Yep.
You can find our Soul Intentions fan page. It also has a link to there. But the Facebook group is a private group, so none of your friends can see it. It's only the people in the group, and we have really awesome conversations based on love and showing up from a place of love. So if you have those betrayals, when they do happen, approach from a place of healing, and you'll be okay. We all get through it. We all can move on, and we can all get back to happy.
Absolutely. Conversations like that seem hard, feel hard, but truly they're not.
They work.
They do.
So get back to happy. Hit us up on Facebook if you want to have more of a conversation. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.